In this video, we're talking about viscosity. Viscosity is a word we don't often use or hear about, but it is a physics concept that we encounter every day. So what is viscosity? Well, viscosity is the ability that fluids have to resist flow or movement. But firstly, what are fluids? Well, like solids, fluids are a type of matter, and matter is a substance that has mass and takes space. The key difference is that solids have a fixed shape and fluids do not. Fluids can change shape to fit their containers. For example, liquids and gases are both fluid substances. When pushed or pulled by forces known as shear or tensile stress, liquids and gases can flow or move into a container and take its shape. How easily they do this is determined by their level of viscosity. Some fluids have low viscosity. Such fluids flow easily from one place to another and readily allow objects to move through them. We sometimes describe such fluids as light or thin. For example, air, acetone, water, milk, and gasoline. Other fluids have high viscosity. Such fluids do not flow easily and will resist objects that try to move through them. We sometimes describe such fluids as heavy or thick. For example, porridge, mayonnaise, vegetable oil, and bitumen, which is used on the road. So you may have noticed, stirring a teaspoon of sugar through a cup of coffee takes much less force than stirring the same teaspoon of sugar through a bowl of porridge. Why is this? Well, it's because of viscosity. Here's something you can try, the sphere experiment. An old and very simple test you can do to find out the level of viscosity a fluid has is to drop a sphere or a round object into it, and then observe how fast or slow the sphere falls through the fluid. The faster the fall, the lower the viscosity, and the slower the fall, the higher the viscosity. To calculate the viscosity of the fluid in your sphere experiment, you will need to use the appropriate formula. And to apply the formula, you will need to calculate the density of the sphere, the density of the liquid, acceleration of gravity, which is 9.8 meters per second squared, the radius of the sphere, and velocity. The SI unit for viscosity is Pascal seconds, but you may also find it expressed as Newton seconds per meter squared. Scientists and other experts in the energy and manufacturing industry often need a more precise and reliable measure of viscosity, and so they measure the absolute or dynamic viscosity, which gives us internal viscosity of the fluid, or kinematic viscosity, which gives us the ratio of absolute viscosity to density. Here's a fun exercise for you. In the picture below, try to identify which substances are low viscosity, which ones are high viscosity, and which ones are not fluids. The clue is, low viscosity fluids offer little resistance to flow, whereas high viscosity fluids strongly resist flow. Okay. So, if you've ever wondered why most of us are likely to settle for a quick cup of coffee than a bowl of wholesome porridge, perhaps viscosity is the reason. And to summarize, viscosity is the ability that fluids have to resist flow. I hope this video gives a little more understanding about viscosity and the daily encounters you have with it. Thanks for watching.